Hi, my name is Douglas Suttle, and I'm going to read you an excerpt of my translation from the Catalan into English of Jordi Llavina's Londres Nevat, which is London Under Snow in English. London Under Snow is a collection of short stories, six fragments from six different lives, all based around the subject of Christmas and winter. Now, these stories deal with loss, with memory, with personal regret. And the stories are often interesting in the sense that um, Yavina mixes personal experiences with the imaginary characters. So we're often not 100% sure as to whether the narrator is him or someone else. So the excerpt that I've chosen is from the first short story, Hand and Racket, where the narrator goes to London, is sent to London by a friend of his to exchange a hat, and it's on this trip to London from Barcelona. That it's this trip to London from Barcelona that starts to bring back these memories of people he once knew and who are no longer here. Okay, so one night I dreamt that I placed her body on the frozen surface of the Serpentine. It was around dawn, and there were no wardens. The bus drivers were yet to sit down on their raised seats and take their wheels, and the ticket collectors were still to start ripping their way through the stubs at the entrance to the park. She was completely naked, and the scar on her side was beginning to peel away from her skin, the skin itself getting smoother, like before they had opened her up, as if the scalpel had never entered her. The scar, skinny like an eel, lay on the blue rock bed and started to dissolve away like water, leaving no trace. Once she was laid out on the ice, I went back to where I had come from, and from behind the kiosk in the postcard, I pulled out an ancient wooden chest. With my two hands tightly gripping the handle on one of the sides, I dragged the chest along the muddy path with the intention of leaving it next to the corpse. I asked a barefoot man dressed as a royal guard who the girl was, lying out there on the frozen lake, with the sly intention of distancing myself from her. The chest suddenly opened, and the wind blew all the yellow pieces of paper enclosed through the air and across the park, and the sight of these things hurt me deeply. I said that I fell in love with her when she was already dead, but it's more likely that I magnified what the girl had represented during a short period of my life, and that I'm getting confused. Knowing myself well, the most probable explanation is that I'm trying to shield myself from my friend's death, to shield myself from the world. All my life I have relished being a loser. Within my soul there is an unhealthy tendency towards self-commiseration. Allowing myself to delight in my losses, I have inundated myself with inertia or inaction. The girl's surname now comes to me. Alberti. Marta Alberti. 1968 to, perhaps, 1989. I was starting to like London, but what had I come in search of? I had been sent on a noble mission to exchange an expensive hat, by now probably frozen stiff in the cold air of my hotel bedroom, at an ancient venerable shop near Trafalgar Square. Were we to suppose that the cashmere of which it was made was as sensitive as still warm human skin, not yet stripped from the body, please allow me a doff of my cap to the artistic ambition of local villain Jack the Ripper, then I don't doubt for one second that it will be frozen through, awaiting the arrival of its friend and owner to remove it from its icy hell, longing for someone to put it smartly on their head, that the warmth of their body might help to thaw its freezing fibres, that the tickle of their follicles might heat up its sleepy, stiff belly, its rigid sides, clenched tight like a mouth in rigor mortis. There's the excerpt. Jordi and I have known each other for a long time, and so the translation was quite a close project between the two of us, and it was published in 2020 by Fum de Stampa Press, and I'm very happy with it, and I hope you enjoy it too. Thank you.